And today's session is on Word, which will be led by Kelvin Ang. Now, this is the briefest introduction I'll be giving for anybody on the webinar series of Mind Initiatives. Kelvin is a Microsoft Office expert. I don't need to say anything more than that because, and he's one of the most gentlest human beings I've met, one of the best trainers, absolutely amazing. So at the end of today's session is going to be completely different from what we've been doing over the last 3 months. Today's session is more hands-on. So where you will actually experience how to get the best out of Word. There'll be 10 golden tips which Kelvin will share today. We will be recording the session. So for those of you who want to participate, please feel free. For the others, just watch. And then later on, we will send you a recording so that you can practice this at home. But ideally, it will be best if you follow the instructions and do it practically. Before I hand over to Kelvin, I'd like to introduce you to our Zoom master, Binesh Bhiku, who will explain the Zoom etiquette, and then we'll take off. Over to you, Binesh.
Thank you, Robin. Hello, everyone. I'm Binesh Bhiku, and I'm going to be your Zoom master for today. Well, before we start, allow me to share some Zoom etiquettes with you. During the session, be sure that your mic is muted to avoid any background noise. You're also encouraged to turn on your video so that we can see you and the facilitator can also interact with you. Using a headset with an external mic offers the best audio. Zoom has the option of using reactions, that is the clapping and thumbs up, to virtually interact with the speaker. Be aware, the session is recorded, as Robin mentioned, and we will share the recording with you all so that you can practice the 10 tips. After experiencing the magical moments with Microsoft Word 10 tips by Kelvin Ng, we'll also be able to take your question for 15 minutes. I will facilitate the Q&A part. Kindly send me your questions via the chat feature found at the bottom center of your screen. So wish you a good session. Over to you, Robin.
Thanks, Binesh. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please join me with a round of applause to the one and only Kelvin. Kelvin, welcome and thanks so much for leading the session.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to just make it a little bit a simple way of doing this is that please feel free to interrupt me if there are certain things that you listen and you saw how I do it, but you would like to ask. I think it's best that you ask on the spot. The reason why is because if you put this question right to the end, then I will have to show you again. So why not on the spot? If there are certain things that you want me to repeat, please go ahead, unmute yourself and let me know that you want to do a repeat on certain thing that I mentioned. All right. So let me just share my screen. I'm going to turn off my video. Just watch the sharing screen. You don't have to look at me now. Huh? So I'm going to turn off the TV now. Okay, so we're going to go through something called the experience the magical moment with Microsoft Excel as Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word. Now the whole thing that I'm going to show you here is to save you tons and tons of hours that you are going to use Microsoft Word with. My full name is Kelvin Ng Chu Ken, so you just call me Kelvin or you want to call me Ken, that's fine. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. I'm also a Microsoft Office expert, 2019 in Office 365. Now, what are we going to talk about today, the discussion? We're going to talk about a little bit on the history of Microsoft Word, when it started, how it started, and until now. Then we're going to talk about how are we going to make Microsoft Word work very hard for you, all right? So we're going to make Microsoft Word work hard for you. Then we're going to build teamwork with Microsoft Word. There's a little bit of collaboration that we're going to talk about. There are certain features which is very, very useful in our working environment. Then how are you going to send your personalized letter to your customer using Microsoft Word? there's the feature called mail merge. So we're going to do that in 10 tips. I'm going to share with you 10 tips in today's webinar, right? So what are the 10 tips? So the 10 tips that I'm going to talk about is number one, we're going to talk about auto text. Now, many of us do not know the existence of auto text. We just use Microsoft Word, but we do not really know that there's such a cool feature that is available in auto text, in Microsoft Word, the auto text. Then we're going to go to, we're going to explore a little bit about the Microsoft Word templates. There are plenty of templates that you can use from. And I'm going to use the feature called Dictate, which is very cool. All you need to do is just say something, and Microsoft Word is going to just spell out everything for you, right? So yeah, if you are not the person who like to type, Dictate is something really good that you can use. Then I'm going into some cool features like Microsoft Word Styles. Word Styles can help you to build your document looks very, very, very professional. And
Wow.
you can build your table of content in just 3 clicks. Yeah, no joke, 3 clicks and your table of contents are ready. So we used to spend like hours creating table of contents. So here we're just going to experience something like 3 clicks, the table of contents are ready. So all this is going to happen within this hours. Right? Now the number 6, after that we have done all the table of contents and the Word document, if I decided I want to change the Microsoft Teams.
Ça, c'est qui serait, tu peux montrer-moi un peu comment alors le là?
Non, ça ne
Le tien là.
Ah oui, mon chose, à ce numéro. Kelvin, just give me a couple. Turn on a feature. Okay, it's good.
Sorry, you're saying?
So no, it's good. You can carry on.
All right, sorry. No, I heard someone was talking, so I thought they're asking question. Anyway, number 6,
it's good. You can.
6, we are going to talk about designs and themes. How you can just with one click, your entire look and feel of your document will change. So we'll look into that as well. Huh? Then we're going to look into like one of those things that we really cannot control if we do not know how is that when we insert a picture, and the picture tends to be very hard for you to move around in your Microsoft Word document. Unlike PowerPoint, you can just move it anywhere you want. Now in Microsoft Word, we're going to talk about this feature called text wrapping, which is very, very cool. And yeah, you can also use a lot of these features in like you can put in the picture, you can put in some 3D model, you can put in some cutout pictures. We're going to do that. Then 3D models. Now, the last 2 modules, the last 2 tips that I'm going to share with you is a rather big topic. Number 1 is going to talk about master and sub-document. Remember, I told you that we are going to talk about collaborative tool. So this collaborative tool, master and sub-document, is when we have more than one person involved in creating a document. And we do not want to share the document. What we do is we let everybody work on that document at the same time, or even separately. We can do that, but the file is actually gathered as a master document. So we'll see how is that possible where if let's say one updates the other file and this file is updated, how do we do that? So we're going to set some information right before we could start that. Huh? And lastly, I'm going to talk about mail merge. How can you send your documents to multiple recipients? Now, if you are talking about snail mail, if you're still sending letters, yeah, you can do that. Usually official letters, you need to send via the normal postal. But if you're talking about emails, you can do that as well using Microsoft Word to send multiple emails to different users. But when the user receives it, it's actually a personalized letter or email. It's not something like Dear All, where you can see all the other names is in that particular tool, or you will see that the rest of the names are all in, maybe they don't see, but they will put it in the, what you call the BCC. Now you don't have to do that. Huh? We're going to work together with Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Word. How do we put them together? All right, so these are the 10 tips that I plan to share with everyone this evening. Huh? Now I'm going to start my Microsoft Word document. Is everybody looking at the Word document now?
Yes, the
Yes.
word is open.
Right. Now, when we go to this Microsoft Word document, if you go to this button called New, now this version of Microsoft I'm using, Microsoft Office I'm using is called the Microsoft 365. So they have a lot of these templates that's available. So let's take a look at this particular service business, professional service business write-up. I was clicking somewhere here, business, and I found it, then I just click and they appear. So if you take a look, how long do you think you will take to create something like this? All right. So this is a business plan for professional services. So if I click this create, there you go. It's ready. It's all together. If you look at the bottom here, there are 19 pages altogether. There are 4,232 pages. Of course, these are not your text. These are given as a template where you can replace all of them with the table of content ready. You can put in all your contents. Now, this one, you don't change anything, but you can come here and you can start putting in your own content. So let's just say I will go to the next topic here, executive summary. I want to put here as summary. So I type this as summary. When I go up to this table of content here, you see executive summary. All I do is just right click, update, and update the entire table. It's called summary now. So if I go to all these documents and start changing all the whatever necessary information, it will be updated. So please go through when you have the time. When you have the time and you have you or shall I say when you don't have the time to prepare your document, just go to File, New, and look through all this. And you will notice that there are a lot of letters available. There are resume. If you do not know how to write a cool resume, yeah, you can. You see, these are some of very nice resume that you can just click and then just replace with your picture, and your document are done. So they are very, very nicely done documents available. Okay, so please explore this tip number 1 here, which is the templates. But I'm going to click on new blank document for a start. Right. So let's take a look. Now I have a completely blank document at the moment. All right, completely blank document. Now, if I want to bring out a letter, okay, a letter of a recommendation. So in my Microsoft Word now, I just type letter, see, letter of recommendation. I just press enter, my letter is out. Are you impressed? You just type this letter of recommendation, it's done. You don't really have to spend so much time on this. So I'm going to delete this again. Now, what is happening now is that if I want to have other types of, what do you call it, auto text, this feature is called auto text. If I go to this insert and I look for this button at the back here, so auto text, these are some of the auto text I already have. So if I have the advertising proposal that I prepared and I put this in here, the next thing I know is when I click OK, I have 2 pages of this. This is a advertising proposal letter. I have my letter ready by just doing that. Okay, so all I need to do is just go to the auto text, choose what I want. So that's how easy that you can create. Now, let me show you how this is done. I'm just showing you what can be done. So if you are preparing some documents, so for example, I opened up one of the letter. I open, wait, let me just go to the, over here. I have something here called proposal. So this is actually a proposal, and I spend so much time, and every time when I go to a new customer, I just want to use this same proposal, but I just need to modify here a little bit, there a little bit, and I would like to have this proposal. And I do not want to open up another file and replace it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this particular letter, this whole proposal, which contains 3 pages, and I want to put it into my auto text. So all I need to do is select all. I press Ctrl A to select all. Now basically, you can just go to the right hand side here, you triple click it, you can select the whole document. You see that? You just put your mouse outside here. When you click once, you get 1 line. You click 2 times, you get 1 paragraph. If you click it, you get the entire document. Now, once I have this selected, all I need to do is just go to the insert. There's this text here. I go to this auto text, and I need to save this as an auto text gallery. So if I do that, and I call this as proposal, click OK. So if I start a brand new document now, then I just type PROPO, and you notice that now they have a longer name, that's introduction. Okay, so PROPOSAL. Now this is the proposal that I was talking about. Then when I press enter, there you go, the proposal is out again. Now this is a brand new document. Okay, let me just close everything just to make sure that I'm not playing with some existing documents. So you see, I close everything. Now I don't have my Word document even. I start my brand new Word document again. I turn off everything. So I go to my Word, brand new document. So now I'm going to type proposal. Now, the fact that I did not save the file earlier, I will not be able to get the proposal. But I do that. Okay, so I can have, let me just try that again. Proposal. So I select this, insert, auto text, save here. I call this one proposal. Okay. Now this is, do you want to redefine the building block entry? Yes, I'm going to do that. Now, since I have done this and I put it into the, what do you call this, auto text, I have to save the document. When I save the document, I close this one. Right? When I start a brand new document now, again, I start again. I just type proposal. Now, it doesn't come out, right? So let me just do that again. PROPO. There it comes out. Then press enter. Yeah, it appeared. Now this is a brand new document. You look at it, it's document 1. It's a brand new document. So this will save you hours of your time searching for your previous file, looking for the document that you have earlier, then open it up and make changes. And the most heart attack you're going to get is that after you have done all the changes, you forgot to do save as, but instead you click save. So what will happen if you click save? It overwrites the previous document, right? So please, if you can, if you have any of your other item, like if you want to create something like a memorandum, so you are using a table. So I'm going to insert a table. Okay, so this one is to who, then from, then you have something called the content, right? So things like that. And yeah, I don't need this line here, so I'm going to take a pencil. I'm going to take a pencil, right? Then okay, so border. I'm going to merge them. Right, so this is this not content. This one is supposed to be title, the title. Okay, so this, assuming this is a memorandum that you're going to use, no? I'm doing this really quick. Then you will type your memorandum here, type your text here. All right, so this is what I'm doing. Now, all I need to do is just highlight the whole thing, insert, then put it as auto text, right? Save my item to the auto text. Now I'm going to call this one as the title here, called memorandum. So you can use this template anytime, anywhere, as long as I type it again. So if I come down here, I type memo random. See, I can have another one here very quickly. Now it can also store picture, charts, even your diagrams, if you have any diagrams. So all you need to do is just highlight them and put it into your auto text. That's how fast it can be done. Huh? So this is one of those things that you can be created. Now, if I'm going to start a memorandum for this, I can go to the feature in my home ribbon. I don't want to type my memorandum. So I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to go to dictate. I start my dictate. So this is, okay, let me just start all over again. This feature is called dictate. Whatever I say, it will spell it out for me. What I need to do when I finish saying what I need to say, I just have to do my spell check, and I just need to rectify the grammars a little bit, and that's it. So do you notice I did not type, but I only have to say it out? So if you are in a meeting, so you organize the meeting in such that, so you say, Vinesh, okay, please say what you need, please start talking. Then what you do is you just click dictate, and whatever Vinesh says, it will be spelled out. So I don't have, you know, as a minute taker, I don't have to like, have to really race against what he was saying and then write it down, and I don't even know what I'm writing on a piece of paper. So I can just spell out like this. So I can then clean up this document a little bit. That's it, I save it. So this feature, dictate, is really very powerful for those people who cannot type really quick. And maybe you injured your finger, you can't type, so you can use this dictate to help you. And it comes in multiple language. I can even speak in Chinese and German, Italian, Spanish, if you know any of this language, right? Yeah, you can do that. Does anybody here speak other than, okay, anybody here speak German or Spanish? I don't, is there anybody? If yes, then we can try it out. Karen, do you want to speak Chinese?
Maybe French?
French, who can speak French?
We all in Mauritius, definitely almost all of us.
All right, then
Yes.
we'll try the French. Okay, somebody just speak up. After I click this, someone please say it out. Huh?
Okay.
So
Wait,
Kadia, go ahead.
haven't changed the
Bonjour, comment allez-vous?
Wait, sorry, I haven't changed the language.
Oh, okay.
Okay, French. Huh? Okay, let's check again. It's French. Okay, let me just start the dictation. Huh? So when I click the dictation and you see the red color button, you can now start talking.
Bonsoir les amis, j'espère que vous aimez cette présentation de Kelvin qui m'a l'air d'être très très bien, qui nous fait économiser pas mal de temps. Wow, superb, Kelvin.
Oh, that's great. So basically, what Kader has said, Kelvin, is good evening, friends. I hope that you are enjoying the presentation of Kelvin. It is very interesting and it helps you to save time. This is what basically he said in French.
Wow. Isn't it awesome, right? That this feature called dictate. Yeah, if you have the
It comes with the punctuation as well.
Sorry again?
It comes with the punctuation.
Yes, exactly.
Like
because I changed the language to French.
Yes.
No,
So-
yeah, but I think what Binesh wants to tell you is it comes with a punctuation in the sense that, you know, in French they have those special characters of called accent aigu, accent grave, the small one appearing especially on the
Yes,
E,
yes.
on
On
the
the
spare
small
and the
e's and
small forward,
e's.
the on the E of presentation, on the first E of presentation. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly.
really good.
But I'm not very sure whether it's done well. Binesh, maybe you can confirm that. In the second
Yeah.
line, we say m'a l'air d'être très bien. Le très bien, is it written PR et accent aigu or accent grave?
Accent grave. So this is where you, yeah, this is where you need to do some touch-ups
Yeah,
in the
Yes.
document.
it will not give you 100% accuracy. However,
Yes.
that really save your time trying to get this kind of characters in it.
Yeah. But what it says, which is very good, Kelvin, is that it underlines in red what needs to be corrected.
Yes,
So where I said there was something wrong, it is actually underlined in red,
yes.
and therefore the writer will easily see that this has to be rectified.
Yeah, please try this feature. You will find them interesting to
Yeah.
help you get the
Excellent.
reply. Yeah.
I mean, that's awesome, as you said.
Kelvin, Andre is asking whether there is the Hindi language,
Hindi.
the Indian language.
Is there? I don't think so. I don't think I have installed it. I need to install the language pack in order to have all of them. These are the languages that comes by default in Office 365.
Okay, shall we try the Chinese, for example?
Chinese. So let's see. Chinese. Karen, are you there? Let me get Karen to speak.
I can.
Who can speak?
I can also.
Okay, you can. Then good. Okay, let's do that. Huh?
As soon as you're ready, I will see.
I won't be able to translate, Kadia.
I will do it for you.
All right. So it's Chinese, huh? Okay, I'm going to start now. Who's talking?
Me. 你好吗？你家有几个人？再见。
But it's not doing anything. 你好吗？
你好吗？
你好。
哇哦，
我很高兴。
很高兴。
你今天可以参加我的 webinar.
Why? It's not what I said.
Awesome.
But anyway, for me, English and French is just marvelous.
Sorry?
For me, English and French are just enough, and it's marvelous.
But if you want more languages, you need to install them. Install them separately. Yeah. All right. Now I'm going to move on a little bit faster. Now I'm going to close this file.
But Kelvin, just tell me, you need Microsoft 365 to do that, or?
Yes, Office 365.
Office 365. Okay.
Now I'm going to open up this file called proposal, which I pre-prepared this. Okay, so I have a title here, which is I did not format. In this tips, I'm going to talk about how are we going to format our document really quick without spending too much time highlighting. I think when we work with Microsoft Word, the problem that we are having is actually not the typing and not the content, but so much so is we will spend so much time in formatting. So for example, if I want to make this title big and very interesting to read, I will have to go to bold, I have to make it bigger size, I have to make it font, I have to make the color and so on. So if I want all my title to be consistent, then it's going to be a headache because I need to remember what I format for this, and I have to go on to the rest of the topic. So this document has about 3 pages and a lot of topics. So I'm not going to spend my time doing all of them, but there are 3 topics which I purposely take out the formatting. So I'm going to use heading 1. I'm just going to go up here under the styles. I'm just click heading 1. So notice that the formatting is instantly changed when I click from formatting. So I have another title down here called Situation Analysis. I click there, and I go down another one here, Content Marketing. I click that. So the rest of the topic, it's done prior to this. So just to save a bit of time, I have done all this. So when I realize that I'm completed all this, then I want my title to be converted into a red color instead. I do not want it to be blue. Now I'm not going to highlight this and going to change red, because if I do that, then this won't change red. I want to make sure that all my titles are changed into red. So I will go back to my heading 1, right click it, and I just click modify. So when I click modify here, I can decide what color I want. So I'm going to choose red for now. Choose this red for now, and I hit OK. It's red in color now. It's red in color here. It's red in color here, and the rest of the titles are red as well. So I don't have to spend like hours and hours of like highlight and change, because each and every topic here, I use it as heading 1. So that's how I can prepare my content really quick. However, not all my titles should be heading 1. So for example, this is introduction, and this is situation analysis. The next topic, content marketing, I would like this to be heading 2. So I change it to heading 2. Then I have reporting is also heading 2. Expected outcome is also heading 2. So I have these 3 subtopic, which is I'm using heading 2. Then I have search engine advertising, again reporting, heading 2. Then I have expected result, and that's it, right? So I have like one topic here, big one, and another big topic here, another big topic here. This is introduction. So when I realize that I need all my subtopic, which is like content, all this reporting to be in blue color, I right click them and I change them to blue. Now, of course, there are many other formattings available that you can use. Now, what I'm going to do is for all this subtopic, I would like to have a border underneath each and every of the title. So I just go to this format. I choose border. I'm going to put a line underneath here. So I can choose any line I want. I can put a dash line, dotted line, and so on. But I'm just going to use a normal line and I hit OK. So once I'm done, it's blue in color and it has a black line. See, all the subtopics will have the blue lines, blue lines, blue lines, blue text and black lines underneath. Do you need to do this one at a time? You don't. Right? That's how fast a document can be ready. Now, if I put my mouse over the normal paragraph, then the styles we normally use is called normal. And I have my left text aligned properly, but on my right, these are not aligned. So I can just right click normal, modify. I just tell them to use justify. Now, in normal circumstances, I know that we can still click this, but if I click this, it's only for this paragraph. I don't want that. I want to apply for the entire document. So I right click this, modify, click on this. Now this style is called, this particular style is called normal. If you look up here, it's called, the name of this style is called normal. And I actually want to format them with this, okay? So that's it. So once I click OK, see, on the left, on the left and on the right, they are nicely done. Now, up to this stage, right? Have you seen me highlighting any text? I did not, right? I just click in that paragraph and I just work around with this. Okay, so that's how fast I can create my document with formattings. So if you are preparing a proposal, what you can do is you just continue typing, and you don't really have to worry about the formatting. Or what you can do is the moment you click it, you type in the title, you just click heading 1. Forget about the formatting first. Just apply the heading 1 and work on the formatting way later. Okay, way later. Now, to complete this document, I need something called a table of content. So that will be my tips number 5 of the day. How do we create the table of content? So table of content is usually right in front of the document, right? That means it's before the first title. So I click my cursor right in front here. So I'm going to tell you that, I remember telling you that if I want to create a table of content, then I only need 3 clicks. Okay, let's start counting the clicks. So I have positioned this already. Now I'm going to count the clicks. Number 1, I will go to the ribbon at the top here called reference. That's my first click. My second click is the first button here called table of content. Okay, that's my second click. And my third click is I'm going to point to automatic table 2. My table of content is ready. What do you think? Unmute yourself and let me know. What do you think?
That's great. You know, I've used this a couple of times, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really quick. And what's going to happen here is that this document was not really done in a very professional way. You do not really see table of content and the content appear in the same page, right? Do you? You don't. Usually, if you have a main title, the main title will start on a brand new page each time when you start a new title. So I have 3 titles here: introduction, situation analysis, and search engine advertising. So I have 1, 2, and 3 title, which I should start on a fresh page, even though there is more space in that page. So how can I push this introduction page title to a brand new page down here? How do I do that? Now, many people, if they are not very sure, they will press enter all the way, or they will press control enter to do a page break. But what I'm going to show you is this. I'm going to this heading 1, right click, modify. So I'm going to use the formatting called paragraph, because this is a paragraph formatting. And I'm going to go to this tab at the top here, this tab here called line and page break. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to insert a page break. It says there page break before. Now I'm in this title, so I'm going to insert a page break before the title. That's what it's trying to say. So when I hit OK, OK again, it's gone. Where did it go? It went to the next page. And you notice that there's so much space down here because the next title is actually a brand new title. So they start here. So let's go down and take a look. I have a lot of space here, but because this is a brand new title, they start on a brand new page. Now, if I do this, right, if I do the page break just now, what happened is my table of content, the page number now is not correct. So what I need to do is I just click anywhere in my page, my table of content, I just click update. Right? I just want to update the page numbering. So the numbering is done. Okay, so for those of you who are preparing for your studies, like your degree or your master or your PhD, if you're going to write your thesis, you're going to write your articles, so please use this to help you. Right? The boxes will not appear if you click outside. Right? They are just like this. Nicely done, and you have your page number. So you notice that this is indented because I'm using heading 2. Right? There are so many other things that you can do, but this is so far what I'm going to show it to you for this table of content. We'll come back and update this from time to time. All right. So that is the table of content. Now, after saying all this, oh, I like this red and I like the blue, but all of a sudden you realize, hey, this is not such a good idea to use red color and so on. You don't want to change it one by one. So what you can do is you can actually see what Microsoft Word can offer. So I will just go to the design. So there are so many different type of designs available that I can use for my document. So for example, I can click on something like this, and the feel and look of my document is different now. It's no longer the red color and see, this used to be red color. Now it's a blue background with a white text and whatnot. If I decided I don't want that, I can click this. If I want, I can click this. I can have different styles available. So there are so many different styles that you can use from. Right? You can just choose them. So now the titles are in the middle. Right? The titles are in the middle. So you can decide which do you like to use. And the font has changed. It was Century Gothic earlier. Now the font has changed. So I'm going to use this instead. But because I'm doing that, it does not come with the page break anymore. So I need to go to my heading one. I have to do the page break again. Because this styles does not come with the page break. So I do the page break. There you go. And I need to update this page again. Page break, okay. There you go. So this is how it looks like now. Compared to my earlier decision on that colors and so on, now it has changed to something totally different. Okay, so next time, if you are not very sure, don't want to spend so much time on your designs, just go to the design here and play with the themes. This is where your themes are, right? Play with it. The design that is available for you to just click. Okay, so that will be my design and theme. So any questions before I proceed to the next one called the text wrapping?
Yes, I have one, if you don't mind. Kadir here.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, that is very good to permit good presentations. And I'm just wondering whether you can do all these on words to make a good presentation and then cut and paste the whole thing into a PowerPoint presentation. Can that be done?
No, because PowerPoint, you want this to be in PowerPoint.
Yes. If somebody has to make a presentation to an audience, for example.
No, PowerPoint presentation, you can't present the data like this, but what you can do is you can hyperlink it. For example, from here, okay, let me see, from here, from this particular slide, let's say, from this slide, I would like to create a shape maybe. So I'll just put a circle here, a circle here. I can hyperlink it. I can create a hyperlink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link it to the document. You just link. It's inside the source, this document, right? So, okay. Now, once I'm running my presentation, if I want to talk about that document, I can click this. It will bring me to the Word document.
Okay.
And once I'm done, I just minimize this. I continue with my PowerPoint slides. Instead of bring the whole thing over, you just hyperlink it over to your Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, and just present it. So the same thing, if you are going to present something in Microsoft Excel, you just hyperlink it. So what you do is select, you draw a shapes or whatever, just right click, go to the link. Where it's okay, let me remove the link. Right click, then you choose the link. You can decide where do you want to, where is that document, and then you bring you there. So if let's say I click on this mail merge, there is a Word, there's a Microsoft Excel document. Right, so I want to share with everyone the my customer list. So I click here. So they open up the Excel. This is my customer list. Then you can show people who are the customer. Okay. Once you are done, you just close it. Right, just close it. These are your documents and so on. Does that make more sense than bringing the whole Word document over?
Yes, you can only bring the essentials of what you need to do.
But if you want to bring the whole Word document in, then all your formattings will not be in the proper same order like what you see in Microsoft Word.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Good question. Right. Thank you for the question. Now, the next thing that I want to take with you is how do we put a picture in, right? So I'm going to, let's say I'm going to come here just behind the word advertising. I'm going to go to insert. Now in this Office Microsoft 365, when they go to the picture, now they come with a lot of options. You can actually from your device, I think you know that. And the other things is like your stock images. You can actually take from the stock images, or you can do for some online pictures where it's like you go to the Bing and then you start typing in what you want to find. So I'm just going to bring in from the stock picture here. So I'm just going to scroll down. I'm going to take this eagle. Right? There's an eagle here. I'm going to bring the eagle in. So that's the eagle. I just bring in the picture. Now, what I'm going to do next is I want to take away the background. So I don't want the background. I just need the eagle. I'm just going to click this button. So once the picture is selected, go to this remove background. So the purple color area will be the area that's going to be removed. So I'm going to click a little bit of this feather here. So all this feather, I need them. Okay, so I'm just going to click OK. So there you go. That's the eagle. So I'm going to crop so that it will be a little bit smaller so that the box is not too big. Done. Now, the whole discussion here is not about bringing the picture, but more like I want to put this picture so that the text can run over it. So I'm going to click on this picture. There's a little icon right at the top right corner, which I'm going to use something called type. So this is we call the text wrapping. If I use the first one called square, then the picture won't be able to come into the white area. But I use the type, then you notice that the picture will move inside the white area. So I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. And I'm going to put it here. Right. So I can position this picture anywhere I want. And the text will shy away. They will not overwrite this. If I put this picture here, this is how it's going to look like. So the text will run. So you can, that's how fast you can put a picture in and make it look presentable. Okay, okay? So that's how the document look like at the moment. Now, if I plan to put in a picture which is a 3D, now there's something new in this Microsoft 365, which is called the 3D model. This is available in Microsoft 365. I'm going to bring in some animated model. So let's bring in. Okay, you guys like dinosaurs or you like the drone? I think we're taking the drone, right? All right, so there you go. There's a drone here. Make it bigger. So you can turn the drone around. And during your presentation in your what you call it, so you can do this as a tight as well. So you see, they're moving away. You can do that. So now in Microsoft Word, it's not just a still image. You can put in your animation. They call it a 3D model. The 3D model into that. So if you know how to craft all this 3D model, you may need to turn this into all these formats, like the polygon format, the stereo lithography format, object format, OBJ, or a 3MF format for all your 3D models. So these are the models that you can put into your Word document here. So they have a few here that you can use them. You can use the chess set. So if I click the chess set, bring it in here. Sorry, I didn't click it. There you go. So I can turn it around. The chess set. But this doesn't come with animation. This comes with animation. All right. So that is the text wrapping. If I take this picture and I put it down here, sorry, it down here, you notice that the picture is overlapping. Yeah, I can actually just use this one and then I can move it around. And the text does not override, right? You see that? The text will not go on top of your picture. All right, so that a few of them, 3D model. Right, so any questions so far? These are very useful features that you can use if you have some storyboarding that you want to put in, how you can position the picture any way you like. You can put in the storyboard. You don't have to depend on PowerPoint to do that. In your proposal alone, you can put in the pictures.
But what did you click to select the chess? Yeah.
You can turn it around. These are the
Yeah.
3D ones.
But Kelvin,
Yes.
what did you click to be able to select this image of chess?
No, you don't. It does not. This is just one piece of animation.
Yeah, but did you click somewhere to, how did you proceed to select it to insert here?
I'll put it here.
Yeah.
I went to this thing called Insert 3D Model.
Okay.
Now they are, when you have Microsoft 365 in your device, when you install it, it comes within your object here. So you see, it comes with it. So yeah, these are only the few that you can use. These are the 3D rendering. These are mostly 3MF format. These are the few. But if you want more, you can actually go into this thing called the stock 3D format. Then this is from the internet. This from the internet. Yeah, you can go through this. There's huge number of pictures that you can use here, which are all 3Ds. Right? If you like cats and dogs, you can do that. So you like this dog.
Are these copyrighted?
They are given to you free, so I believe they are copyrighted. I mean, you can use it. Don't worry about the issue of whether you can use it or not. These are not something I download from the internet, you know. These are something which is Microsoft given it to us to use. Okay?
Thank you.
Kelvin, these 3D images, can we take them into a PowerPoint presentation? I mean, we are taking it onto Word. Can we take it onto a PowerPoint presentation?
You can do it from here. You don't have to take from Word to PowerPoint. You can directly go to PowerPoint.
Yeah, so PowerPoint would have these options. When I open up PowerPoint, it would have these options.
Yes. Even
okay, great.
You will have the same. So if I have my, so what am I doing? Okay, sorry. If I have my Excel file now here, insert, I have my 3D models here as well.
Yeah, okay.
I'm in Excel. I can have that as well.
Super duper, but we have to get 365. Right?
Don't quote me for that, but yeah, I'm not part of Microsoft though. I don't sell Microsoft, so I'm just trying to tell you what are the new features available. So this dog is really cool, right? Yes.
Kelvin, there is a question from Prabal asking if we can insert other videos.
Videos here in Microsoft Word.
Yes.
In Microsoft Word, if you look at insert at the back here, there's no videos. Right? But you can insert an online videos. If you know where you can have the embedded code from your YouTube, you just copy and paste the embedded code and just put it here and insert.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that is only when you are using the 365.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, can, right? You can do that. Now, if let's just say I found something very interesting in, let's say, in one of these location here. So I want to take a photo of this and put it into my Word document, for example, here. So I can take a screenshot, right? Then I go screen clipping. The moment I click the screen clipping, it goes to the last screen that I have. Then I can just do this. Then it's in here. So you might be searching for something in your internet and you find, hey, this is really cool. So you can actually just leave it there first, go to your Microsoft Word, do a screen clipping, then you'll bring it in here. So for those of you who do training modules and training materials, right? You are trying to show someone how to do certain things. So what you can do is you can screen clip it very quickly without actually do print screen and then start to crop and so on. You don't need that. So for example, I want to work on something in Microsoft PowerPoint. So this is the screen that I want to capture and put it into my Word. So I just go to insert. I do a screen clipping. I just have to wait for the gray color to appear. And I say, okay, let's take a look at this area. So there you go. So that's how these people prepare the training materials by showing which button, where are the buttons and so on. Right? So if you are trying to show someone how to use your website that you have designed, where to click, how do you register. Now, once you are in that screen, come to your Word, screen capture, put it in. Yeah, you can do that. Okay. Now, any questions? It's pretty straightforward, right? Now, I'm going to close this. I have another 2 more topics, but it's already 11 o'clock. Let me just do this very quickly. I hope you guys don't mind stays a little bit more. Now, I have something here that says master document. Now, if I go to this folder, you notice that this folder is empty. Right? This folder is empty, and I'm going to start a brand new document and I'm going to save it in here. So this folder called master document is empty. I'm going to start my Microsoft Word brand new document, a brand new document, click. So in order to make this my master document, I'm going to file save as. I'm going to call this file, let me just go to the folder, desktop, webinars, sharing Ravin, master document. So the master and sub document, the folder is empty. I'm going to call this file master, save. So this document called master now is sitting in here alone in this folder, right? It's sitting alone now. What I'm going to do with this document now is I will move to a view that says outline. So it's up here. It's inside the view ribbon, somewhere in front here, this view. Many of us don't use this view, but this is actually one of the most powerful view that you can use to design your documents. So what's going to happen in this few minutes here is that I have this thing here that says, give me a second. Okay, I have here a little dot. Now let me just make it bigger. Let me zoom in. So I'm going to put here like introduction. Now it says level 1, then I press enter. Now I'm going to turn it into a normal text, body text. Then I put down again. I'm going to make it in level 1 again. So this one is the agenda, right? Maybe I don't call it agenda. I call it analysis. So I come down, enter. Then I'll make this document. Now I have one title here called introduction. I have another title here called analysis. I'm going to prepare a proposal. And in this proposal, I know there are some of us here who are the subject matter in that particular topic. For example, Ravin is very good in introduction. So I'm going to click this, show document. I'm going to make sure that we use this title, introduction. Okay, introduction. And later I'm going to send this particular introduction to Ravin, and Ravin is going to fill up the content for me. Then I have Binesh. Binesh, you are very good in doing all this analysis, the numbers and so on. I'm going to click create again. So they said, I have this. Now, besides that, okay, before I move on, you just take a look, this is empty, this document is empty now, only with 2 titles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the document. Save this document called master. I'm going to click save. Right? So let's take a look at the folder now. Earlier, master is sitting alone. Right? Master, the file master is sitting alone here. But now it has 2 companions. One is called introduction, one is called analysis. So this file called introduction and this file called analysis, basically they are the sub-document. I have just created a sub-document earlier. So the sub-document name is called analysis and introduction. So let's take a look. If I go to this file introduction, I'm going to pretend I'm going to be Ravin, right? Ravin, is very good in the introduction. So I'm going to put in the introduction here, equals to random, 4,8. So yeah, he types out very quickly, and this is the document. Now, if Ravin's completed this document, he will have to save the document. So I click save, save. And after he saved the document, he will email it back to me. I will take that file and I place it back and overwrite the file that is inside my folder. So I'm going to close this file. Guess what happened? The document that Ravin has saved just now just entered my document called master. Okay, so if I change this, I'm going to put there a couple of X. Okay, then I save my document and I go back to this file called introduction. You look at the X. So it's a 2-way editing. So as soon as Ravin is still making these changes, in my master document, I have 2. One is called master, one is called introduction. If I go back to master, it will change as well. Okay, so if I go to this document, I change all this to Y, then I usually save the document. Now, let's just say I don't close it. I just go to my, let's see, Y. So for those of you who likes to do this kind of collaboration of your work, this is something that you can do. What you can work on is put the file not in your desktop, but put it into your OneDrive or your Google Drive, where they can open the file from there and edit the file. Once they edit the file, they save it back to the same location. Then when you open up the master document, it has been corrected, right? That's how fast it can be done. Huh? Now, let's just say then I say, maybe I will give Andrew a task. So I say, Andrew, can you write up a proposal for us? Then Andrew said, okay. Without any question, Andrew start working on it. And finally, Andrew said, yeah, I'm done. So what should I do? You just put it into the folder. I will tell Andrew, can you just put it into the folder? So I'm going to click here. I'm going to insert Andrew's file. Insert. Then I have a file out here. So proposal. I'll click the proposal. I'll just click open. There you go. Then you say that heading and everything. Say no, I'm not going to rename them. I'm just going no to all. There you go. This is the proposal that's created by Andrew. So then we have somebody very creative who prepare all the storyboard. So I go to insert, then I go to the storyboard, then I bring in the storyboard. I have the storyboard here. Okay. So once I have the storyboard, I have somebody from the legal team have draft out the terms of services. I insert it again. No, I'm not going to change it. I'm just going to leave it like that. So I'm there. So my proposal, my final document is ready. All I need to do is just click close. There you go. My document are now ready to go. These are all the term services. These are all the audit, the independent, blah, blah, blah. Now I grabbed all this from the internet. Huh? So this is actually the, what you call that? The storyboard was created by someone else. So I brought it over, the storyboard. Then I have this part here, which is the proposal. That's it, right? So when it's done, I just go to the front, reference, right? Now I have to make sure, yeah, so a document is more or less done, right? More or less it's a complete document. So I need just to put headings, and headings. Yeah. Okay, so do you have any questions regarding the master and sub document?
Yeah, not this one, but I'm just wondering, because you make change in one and you delegate to somebody else to make use of it. It's already done, like it's online. Do you need to go through a network for that, or on iCloud to get it centralized somewhere, or on Google Drive?
Okay, if you can work any way you want. When you create a master document, you can create a folder in your OneDrive or your Google Drive. You can use whichever cloud drive that you have and put it there. And make sure you give permission to your team members to access that particular folder so that they can open and edit the document. That is
Right.
if you want it live updates. But if you don't have that luxury, what you can do is you create what I have done just now in one folder. Then once you create a sub-document, what you do is you just email that document to the other person. He will do all that, whatever necessary, and he return the file to you. So what do? You just overwrite the one that you have in your folder. Once it's overwritten, then the content will be in. That's how fast it can be done. But when you do that, that means the other party are not able to do immediate changes to the document. But if you are doing it live, like put it onto the Google Drive or the OneDrive, then the changes are done live. Everyone can see what's going on.
I see. Thank you.
All right. Now, there's another feature which I think you like very much, is that let's just go to this legal document a bit. This legal document. So, assuming that this term of service here, and you would like to change some of the terms here. So, this is in the discussion. This is still in the discussion. It's not a complete one, but it's still in the discussion. So, what you can actually do is you can go to the ribbon called review, and you can turn on the track changes. So if you click on the track changes, all changes that you make will be recorded. For example, I highlight some of the text here. Then I start to type XXXX, XXXX, XXXX. So they will know that who has deleted the word provider shall provide, and they change it to this. Okay, you will know. So at the end of the day, if this is agreeable, you can accept the changes. Okay, so there's accept, and move to the next changes. Now, sometimes the people who look at your document do not want to make changes for you, but they would like to give a comment. So they will say that maybe this word provider, right? Provider. So they highlight this and they click on comment. So a comment appear on the right hand side here. Say it says that this is not correct. Right? You should type the name of the provider. So something like that. So let me just change this on to correct spelling. So you click load. So the person who received this document can reply and ding dong among them. Okay, so once this particular has been resolved, you can delete them. You can cancel the draft and you come here to delete all the whatever comment that's available. So usually what I would advise is that you will, you have gone through so many rounds of revision here and there, everyone. So what happened is that you make sure you save this document, go and delete all the comment, then save as another copy. Accept all the changes, right? Then save as another copy, which means the copy that you have with all the changes, with all the markup, you keep it. In case there is a dispute later, there's an evidence for you. So you will delete off all the whatever necessary comment and also accept all the changes that have been agreed on, or reject all those that you do not want, then save it as a different file. So by doing that, you can still open up the previous file as your evidence for what has been discussed. Something like that, which is very, very powerful. You can have this comment and you have the track changes. And there are many more that you can actually work around here. So if you are trying out this feature, please go ahead, right? These are the few things that you can work on. So I can turn off the track changes now, once it's done. Okay, so if you are having some legal document, proposal that you have go back and forth with your customer, then yeah, this is what you can use to keep track of what are the changes being done. Are we okay with this?
Yeah, indeed.
Right. Now I'm going to do the last tips here. The last tips is basically something related to mail merge. So let me just go up there. Okay, now before I show you the letter, I'm going to go to the customer database. I think I have roughly shown you the customer database earlier. Okay, so let's read some of these names. We have Ran Liu, we have Francisco, we have Luciana, we have Martin, we have Michael, we have Sven, Jonas, Daniel, and Helena, and so on. So these are the people who are my customer. And I would like to send a formal letter to all of them. There are altogether about 30 customers in this list. I'm going to send to all of them this one. So if you want to plan what you call this, a mail merge document, you make sure that your database is not open. So I'm going to close this. Now I have read the names, so I hope you can remember some of those. I'm going to close this. I'm not going to open it. All right, so let me just close this also. So that's the database that you have seen just now. I'm going to open up the letter in Microsoft Word. So this advertising proposal letter, I would like to send this letter to all my customers who are from that database earlier. But I do not want to copy and paste their address over here. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put their recipient address up here. So this is my letter. I've already drafted it out. How I start is I go to this ribbon called mailing, and I'm going to tell them that this is going to be a letter. You can decide whether this is going to be an email address, email messages, or is it going to be a letter. So I'm going to start with letter. I'm going to choose this is a letter, and my database is an existing database, the Microsoft Excel document earlier. So I'm going to look for it. So it's on my desktop. Mail merge. So this is the customer database, sheet 1. Okay. Now, this Word document now is connected to my Microsoft Excel. So if I click on this edit recipient list, remember the name that I have read just now? Francisco, Luciana, Martin, Michael, Sven, Jonas, Daniel. These are the names that I mentioned just now. These are all of them. So these are the people that I'm sending it to. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to start merging this letter to the database. So write and insert a field. I'm going to click the drop down list here. I'm going to put the first name, space, then I put the last name. All right. Then I press enter. I'm going to put in the address, space, then I'm going to put in the, no, not space, enter, sorry, enter. I'm going to put in the city, space, then followed by the postal code. And lastly, the province, the city or province, then finally the country. Okay, so this is, these are the fields that I want them to appear. Now, who am I addressing this to? I'm going to put the first name, then comma. Right. So now this is the letter that I'm going to send out to everyone. Now I'm going to check whether if everything is in place. And I want my name here, the recipient name, to be slightly bigger font size. And I want it to be dark blue. Dark blue, or maybe I want to make it bold. Yeah, I want to make it bold. Okay, so I'm going to go to mailing again. There's this button here called preview result. There you go. This is the customer, Ran Liu. So if I go to the next customer here, next record, it keeps changing. Right? There are 30 of them. So you will get 30 names here. So how do I print this? I just go to the finish and merge and print the document. So once I have decided how many records I want to print all 30 of them. I just click OK. They will launch my printer setup here, my print setup here. So I'm not going to click OK because if I click OK, then 30 pieces of paper are going to come out from my printer. I'm just going to cancel this. But of course, if you want to print this, this is what you do, right? I'm going to click cancel. But if you are going to send this as an email, right? So what you do is you send email address, right? You send email. You just tell them that in your database, use something called email, right? The email address. So I have the first name, last name, blah, 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 blah. My last column is called the email. So I want the email and the subject line. So then I put there proposal letter, proposal, advertising proposal. Right, this is one. Then I hit OK. Then it will send out 30 to 30 different people from the database. Of course, I'm not going to click this. No, I'm not going to send it out. So if you remember the database that I was talking to you, here, let me just try to open this one. Click only. So the last column that I have here, the last column is basically the email address. So I can actually send to all of them, but this is not a real email. They are email.com. These are not the real email. These are just bogus data that I'm using. So that's how you can magically just send all these letters that you are preparing very quickly and send it out to your customer. Okay. So that's all from me. Any question?
Questions, anybody?
Let me go back into my TV.
Screen.
Everybody is quiet.
I think they've all been zapped since the instructions were quite fast paced. I think you all will get
to the time. That's why I was
get it fast. Once you get the recording.
Oh, okay. I forgot to share my last slide. Okay, give me a second. I share my last slide. Right, so we were here. I was talking about these 10 tips. So this is where you can contact me by email or by FB, you can contact me in FB. Just look for Kelvin and Kelvin and CK. Both of them are Kelvin and CK, and this is my phone number. For Malaysia, so you
country code.
The country code, I think you put there +6 will do. Then you will be able to contact me. It's actually 006, maybe just +6.
It's +60. Yeah.
Yeah. +60. Okay, so that's my contact detail. I believe it's best you add me into the WhatsApp, and then yeah, you add me into the WhatsApp. I think it's cheaper. Don't call me. You use a WhatsApp call. That's okay, or you email to me.
Just as a matter of interest, Kelvin holds regular classes from time to time. Please feel free to contact Kelvin to attend those classes. They're really good.
So I'm so sorry that I was like talking like a bullet train. The reason is because the time is really late already. So over here in Malaysia, we are almost midnight. What happened is that this session is being recorded. So what you can do is when Ravin send it to you, you can watch it over and over again. You can do it a bit faster. You can slow down and you watch it, pause and you do it. You pause and you work. You can do it that way. Yeah, if you need more tips, you can always contact me. This is my contact details. This is how you can reach me, or you can reach Ravin to get my number as well. Ravin has my number.
Kelvin, I think there are no more questions because everybody has, I think, been quite impressed and dazed by the amount of functions which you can use in Microsoft Word.
10. There are many more.
Most of the time, we've only
trying to
using
squeeze
it
in as
like
many.
a typewriter.
Yeah.
But there are a whole lot of other functions which can be used. So I'd just like to tell everybody that we've got a recording of this. We will send this out. So you can use this as a guide to then use Microsoft Word more effectively. Kelvin, on behalf of Mind Initiatives and all the participants present here, thank you so much for your valuable time and for showing us something very different from what you are using. Please join me in a round of applause. Kelvin, here's a big round of applause for you. And thanks. I know it's quite late for you. So good night, and we'll catch up soon.
Yeah, we'll catch up. Anyone, feel free to call me. Just let me know. WhatsApp to me or you email to me. I'll reply it as fast as I can. All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Kelvin.